Communication tools are often seen as instruments of progress. They connect distant communities and spread vital information. But this power can be twisted into something dark. When a broadcast becomes a weapon, it uses words to forge division and ignite violence. This weaponization of communication is not a theoretical danger. It is a historical reality with devastating consequences. Understanding how a simple radio can be turned into a tool for mass harm is critical. It matters because this transformation follows a predictable pattern. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward preventing future tragedies and holding accountable those who would use the public airwaves to orchestrate destruction. The power to speak to millions carries an immense responsibility. When that responsibility is abandoned for the pursuit of hate, the results can be catastrophic. The danger lies in the simplicity and reach of radio. In many parts of the world, it remains the most accessible form of mass media. The journey from a communication tool to a weapon of mass harm typically unfolds in 4 distinct stages. The first stage is establishing an illicit platform, smuggling broadcast equipment into a country operating without a legal license. By bypassing official regulations, extremist groups can create a channel that is free from oversight and accountability. They can build an audience under the radar of authorities who might otherwise intervene. This illegal access gives them an unfiltered, powerful voice to reach thousands of listeners, millions of listeners. This foundational step is crucial because it creates the infrastructure for hate to be disseminated on a mass scale. Turning a fringe ideology into a mainstream threat echoes in countless homes. The second stage is the relentless dissemination of propaganda. Once the illegal station is operational, it begins broadcasting a steady stream of one-sided narratives. These stories are built on a foundation of us versus them. They simplify complex societal issues, blaming a single enemy group for all grievances. The propaganda is designed to evoke strong emotions, primarily fear and anger. It repeats simple, powerful slogans, distorts historical events to fit its narrative of persecution. This constant barrage of misinformation is meant to close minds and create a siege mentality. The genocide in Rwanda in 1994 provides the most chilling example of this deadly process. The radio station Radio Télévision Libre des Mille Collines, RTLM, played an instrumental role. For months leading up to the genocide, RTLM broadcast a constant stream of hate propaganda. It relentlessly targeted the Tutsi minority, portraying them as a cunning and dangerous enemy. The station used popular music, charismatic hosts, to make its message more appealing and accessible. It built a large and loyal following among the Hutu population. This long campaign of propaganda successfully laid the groundwork for mass violence, creating a climate of intense fear and suspicion. As the genocide began, RTLM escalated its broadcasts from general hate to direct incitement. The station's messages became brutally specific. The hosts used dehumanizing language, famously referring to Tutsis as cockroaches that needed to be exterminated. The radio became an active tool of the killers. It broadcast the names, addresses, license plate numbers of Tutsis and moderate Hutus who were in hiding. It directed death squads to roadblocks and homes where people were seeking refuge. The signal was clear. These people are not human, and here is where you can find them. The radio transformed from a source of information into a dispatcher for murder, accelerating the pace and efficiency of the slaughter across the country. More recently in Nigeria, worrying parallels have emerged with the broadcasts of Radio Biafra. To prevent the weaponization of communication, a multi-layered defense is essential. The first line of defense is robust and independent regulation. Governments must have clear laws governing broadcast licensing. Governments must have clear laws governing content. Regulatory bodies should be empowered to monitor the airwaves for unlicensed stations. Regulatory bodies should be empowered to monitor licensed stations that breach codes of conduct by promoting hate speech. Crucially, these bodies must operate without political interference, so they can apply the rules fairly to all. When illegal broadcasts are detected, Authorities must have the capacity to shut them down swiftly. This proactive regulatory framework acts as a critical gatekeeper, making it more difficult for extremist voices to gain a foothold. A second vital component is a strong and impartial judicial system. When speech crosses the line into incitement to violence, it is no longer a matter of opinion. It is a crime. Courts must be prepared to prosecute individuals and organizations that use media to orchestrate harm. International tribunals, like the one for Rwanda that convicted RTLM journalists of genocide and crimes against humanity, set a powerful precedent. This shows that there is no immunity for those who use a microphone as a weapon. Holding perpetrators accountable sends a clear message that inciting violence has severe consequences. Beyond state action, fostering media literacy among the public is a powerful long-term solution. An educated and critical audience is less susceptible to manipulation.